Who next? Mr. Hawley, Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Yates, for being here. Why don't we just pick up right there? Because the chairman says that he has no doubt that you had no intent to defraud the court. I noticed when Mr. Rosenstein was here before this committee, I'm sure you saw his testimony or read it a few weeks ago, he said that he couldn't be to blame or otherwise be held accountable for the falsified FISA applications, the many material misstatements of fact, because he just relied on the representations that were made to him. So
Today we're diving into one of the most intense Senate hearings you'll ever see. Senator Josh Hawley confronts former Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates over the controversial FISA applications connected to the FBI's investigation into Carter Page. In a heated exchange, Hawley questions Yates about her role in the alleged misleading of a secret federal court. The stakes? Massive. The allegations? Explosive. So, let's break down this powerful exchange, piece by piece.
Who next? Mr. Hawley, Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Yates, for being here. Why don't we just pick up right there? Because the chairman says that he has no doubt that you had no intent to defraud the court. I noticed when Mr. Rosenstein was here before this committee, I'm sure you saw his testimony or read it a few weeks ago, he said that he couldn't be to blame or otherwise be held accountable for the falsified FISA applications, the many material misstatements of fact, because he just relied on the representations that were made to him. So we're left wondering, I mean, who exactly is responsible here? It seems that nobody's really responsible. Somehow or another, a federal court, a secret federal court, was actively misled, lied to, and presented with falsified evidence, but nobody in the chain of command is to blame. So let me just ask you about your own responsibility. Did you actually read these FISA applications?
I did.
You did? That's your testimony today? You told the Inspector General that you had no recollection, actually, of reviewing renewal application number 1. Is your testimony today different?
No, I think what I told the Inspector General was I didn't have a specific recollection of sitting at my desk and asking questions about it, but I most assuredly reviewed it.
You said that you did not have any specific recollection of reviewing renewal application number 1. But today you say you did? That's great if you did, because I'd like to ask you some more detailed questions. I just want to get clear on this testimony.
Yes, I did.
Interesting. Now, you told the Inspector General that the Carter Page FISA applications that you signed off on and that you now say that you read and carefully reviewed, that these applications, by the way, that contained multiple material misstatements and would later contain falsified evidence, you said that these were not a close call. You also told the IG that you thought that the application, the initial application, and the renewals were appropriate steps, and you didn't have any qualms about them. Do you recall what the FISA court said about these applications?
Yes, Senator. And when I was speaking with the Inspector General, I was referring to the applications based on the assumption that all of the information was accurate. What was learned later, and what the FISA court was responding to later, is that there were errors and omissions.
Well, the errors and omissions were there at the time that you signed off on them, were they not? And you just testified that you read them closely.
FISA applications are meant to be carefully vetted, especially since they grant permission to surveil U.S. citizens suspected of foreign espionage. But in this case, the FBI allegedly submitted applications with incorrect and misleading information. The result? A federal court was misled deliberately, according to some lawmakers. Senator Hawley is on a mission to find out exactly who was responsible for this breach of duty. As the hearing draws to a close, Hawley raises a final point: the role of Christopher Steele and DOJ official Bruce Orr. Steele, the author of the infamous dossier used as evidence in the FISA applications, was allegedly connected to the Democrats, yet Yates claims she didn't know this. Hawley digs in, questioning how Yates could be unaware that her own deputy was involved in facilitating contacts between Steele and government agencies. He closes with a powerful statement on the state of the DOJ. If this doesn't call for a cleaning of house at DOJ and the FBI, I don't know what does. The message is clear. The American people deserve transparency and accountability. There you have it. A rare look at one of the most intense Senate hearings in recent memory. Senator Hawley's questions demand answers not only from Sally Yates but from the entire Department of Justice. And the public deserves to know, how could a federal court be so thoroughly misled? If this video gave you a new perspective on these critical issues, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the most important hearings and investigations happening today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.